The last few days has been kind of rough in the overall crypto market. Bitcoin remained over $100,000, but a lot of the altcoins just continued to bleed out. It was just not looking that good whatsoever. But not Zbcn. Zbcn has been holding quite steady over the last few days. People are expecting the unlock. They're expecting either a vicious move towards the upside or a vicious move towards the downside. But instead, what we're getting is sideways movements for the price action on Zbcn. This is a video you guys don't want to miss. I'm going to pull up the charts and give you guys my opinion on where I think the direction is going for Zbcn over the next couple weeks and couple months and stuff like that. But remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. I can always be wrong, so make sure you guys do your own research. Now, before I get deeper into the video, real quick, for anyone that's looking for a great crypto exchange, make sure you check out my link to BTCC. You get 10% bonus on first-time deposits, extra bonuses up to $10,000, no VPN, no KYC. If you're someone that trades using leverage, you get to use up to 500x leverage. The link will be in my description down below for anyone that is interested. You'll also find a link to my Patreon, and you'll find a link to a great crypto indicator, which will let you know when's a good time to buy and sell crypto. A great tool to have in your back pocket. But getting into things right now, if we check out the crypto bubbles here, we can see that some coins are actually starting to turn green, probably about maybe half an hour prior to me recording this video. Most of these coins was red, but we're seeing a few turning green. JTO, AB, some new ones here in the top 100, it looks like. Got to check those out afterwards. But and SPX, my gosh, I can't believe this thing is still going up. Absolutely crazy. But honestly, as long as there's a solid community behind a project, that project can go really, really far in the crypto space. Like we see with Dogecoin, obviously, right? Sitting in the top 10, just crazy. Okay, so and I believe that Zbcn have that sort of community. So even though some people like to say, yeah, Zbcn doesn't have this utility and all this type of stuff, it's like, do you realize what type of market you're in? I just think it's funny. But let's take a look at the fear and greed index. So right now we're sitting at 60 greed. Yesterday we're sitting at 63 greed. So it's slowly going back towards that neutral area, the war escalation and stuff like that. Hopefully it stays, well, I don't really care where this goes, to be perfectly honest. If I see a deal that I like, I buy. It's as simple as that. I'm not the type of person that likes to sell when the fear and greed index is sitting in fear and extreme fear. Those are the times where you want to be buying. Hopefully people are buying in this area down here, but if you weren't buying, right now we are seeing some good deals in the overall crypto space, but stick to the ones with the hype, the right narrative, all that sorts of stuff, and that's how you make money in the crypto space. Got to be the narrative. This crypto market is driven by narrative, by hype. Utility is great, but again, you need the community behind you if you're going to go far as a strong utility play, okay? But let's get into some stuff with Zbcn. Obviously, we need to talk about the token unlock because over the last couple weeks, this has been a concern for a lot of investors, even though I've made prior videos explaining why. I'm not all that concerned with the token unlock because we have been here once before. Well, I shouldn't say once before. We've been here more than one time. But anyways, let's get into this post that I came across on X. So it says, today we unlocked 2 billion tokens. The last unlock cut the token loose. Expected more of the same. Looking forward to this week. Let's go. So Zbcn a month ago, after the last token unlock, Zbcn went from 0.0014 up to 0.0071. I expect it to go from 0.004 to 0.021 during this month's unlock, which starts today. That's a 500% increase. The unlock never impacts the token in a negative way. It always has a positive impact on this token. So we are all going to sit back and enjoy the ride. The surge begins now as I'm typing this post. There are many out there using this unlock as a negative to spread FUD on this token. We will prove them wrong. And yeah, it's so funny because before this unlock, where Zbcn went from 0.0014 to 0.0071, I remember I was making multiple Zbcn videos, right? And people were saying in the comments section, you should be worried about the unlock period. I sold my Zbcn bag. I'm not going to hold through the unlock. And then I was just like, I don't think it's going to impact it that much. Sometimes I feel like people underestimate hype in a coin. Check this out right here. So this is Ondo, which is sitting at a market cap of 2.49 billion. Back in January 2025, January 17th, there was an unlock period for Ondo. 17%, over 17% of the supply, valued at $1.35 billion. $1.35 billion. Some people are panicking, some people are selling. People are saying, hey, I got to get out before this unlock. The price of Ondo is going to come crashing all the way down. Okay, let's go over to the charts here for Ondo. January 17th, where was Ondo sitting? So it was right here on the charts. Let me actually draw this thing in for you guys. So January 17th, Ondo was right here, okay? And look what happened. Ondo, instead of going down, instead of crashing, it started to go up. It just went up. Now, the reason for this down period right here, what happened afterwards, is Donald Trump and his tariffs. And just to show you guys on Bitcoin, the same time period, where was it? End of January to beginning of February. Yeah, right here. You saw this massive dump January 31st. Bitcoin was sitting at 105,000 and it literally crashed down to 91,000 in a matter of just a few days. And that's what happened here with Ondo. But the point that I'm trying to make here is never underestimate hype. Last bull cycle, I definitely underestimated hype and I got talked out of certain coins that ended up exploding because I decided to follow the crowd and be afraid of unlock periods, but they're not always that scary. Now, I'm not saying that you should be concerned when it comes to unlock periods. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. I'm just saying if the demand remains extremely strong, then the unlock period can sometimes go unnoticed. We even saw that with SWI. For anyone that's a SWI investor, there was an unlock period that happened. I can't remember when that unlock period was, beginning of this year or end of last year. I don't remember, but unlock period happened and SWI didn't crash. Instead, it continued to go up because there was a lot of hype around it. And yeah, that's what we're seeing with Zbcn. Right now, the price is pretty steady. It's not crashing due to the unlock period. So that's a sign right there that the community is holding. They're not selling and the hype is just there. Okay. Now, if we come back to X real quick, and then I'm going to pull up the charts for Zbcn. So this person says Zbcn is hitting 1 cent by the end of June 2025 and 25 cents by January 2026. All you have to do is hold. We'll see how this thing plays out. I'm definitely interested. I'm going to hold my Zbcn position and see how things play out. But if we check out everything here, Zbcn right now in the day is pretty flat. It's just up 1%. Current market cap 325 million. Volume isn't really all that much up on the day. It's down 15%, but nothing to be really concerned about. If I saw the volume was down like, I don't know, like 40%, 50% on the day, then I'm like, okay, what is really happening here? But yeah, the volume hasn't really budged that much in the last 24 hours, so that's fine for me. Obviously, we're still missing Binance and Coinbase, but if we come over here to Zbcn charts, where's Zbcn? Right here, okay, we can actually see that Zbcn has just been trading sideways, and it looks like it's really getting ready to do a pretty solid move. I think it looks like it's starting to make a little bit of stair steps towards the upside, but also, I mean, you kind of have to take this in as well. It is starting to make lower highs on charts, but it honestly looks like it's just getting ready to squeeze out of this area and make its move towards the upside. I'm going to see how the next couple days play out. I do know that people are still concerned, even though I personally am not concerned, because I do think that these events, like if Zbcn was going to crash because of the unlock, it would have happened by now. Normally, people do the buy the rumor, sell the news, or sell the news, buy the rumor, whatever, right? And that would have happened by now. And the fact that Zbcn didn't crash leading up to the unlock does say something. It cannot be ignored, actually, right? So yeah, I do think that Zbcn is getting ready to make a move towards the upside, mainly because people would have cashed out and the price would have came crashing all the way down by now. But what do you guys think? Do you think that, Zbcn is getting ready to make a massive move towards the upside? Do you think it's still a little bit early and the unlock is still going to bring the price down? Let me know in the comment section down below. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links that I have down below. And until next time, take care.